Honorable Farah Yusuf Mohammed is the Member of Parliament for Wajir West and joins us for this conversation. And that conversation was kick-started by the former Deputy President and was talking about grade 10 placement and talking about national schools in the Mount Kenya region and why probably children from that area should be given priority. And it kick-started quite a storm. But then again, some who support his sentiments, others don't. And interestingly, Mheshimiwa, is that one of the people who've supported the stance by Gachagua is Senior Counsel Nasir Abdullahi. But first of all, let's get your reaction, really, to the sentiments by Rigathi Gachagua. First of all, the members of Northeastern do not even go to their constituencies. They don't sleep there. They live in Nairobi.
Thank you, John, for giving me this opportunity. I want to first start by saying Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya. And we all know members of parliament operate in Nairobi because of the parliament. And if you talk about northern Kenya is not a just like Kiambu. It is almost, from where I come from, it's almost 800 kilometers from here.
That's true.
You don't expect me every morning to wake up from Wajir West and come and report or do my work in Nairobi. Most of the offices that national government offices, unfortunately, are in Nairobi. All ministers, PS, everybody who has powers to assist the people of my constituents are in Nairobi. You have to do lobbying for some projects, for employment, for everything that the government is to offer the people of Northern Kenya. So Gachagua himself, he operates from Nairobi and he comes from Nyeri. The irony of telling someone else that you come from somewhere and you don't reside there. He has a house in Karen. Is Karen in Nyeri? In Nyeri is around how many kilometers away from this place? Why don't he wake up every morning and work in Nairobi? When he was the deputy president, how many times did he visit Nyeri? Those are the questions Kenyans need to understand.
All right.
So therefore, somebody telling us, yes, we go there every time. When there is recess, when during weekend, we go and visit people. We do what we can with a lot of challenges. But you don't expect me to be in Wajir every time. But if we do a decentralization of the Parliament of Kenya, and we can have a parliament in Wajir, then probably people can question us why
you
we
will
are
not
here.
come to Nairobi.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about, because at the heart of this conversation is resource allocation and the feeling of what those resources have done. And there are billions of shillings, really, that have been sent to the northeastern, the former northeastern province counties. Why do we still see the region struggling with, for example, issues of infrastructure, issues of water availability, and including now, also classrooms, and including now, we have almost a humanitarian crisis evolving there because of the continued drought. Can the billions then be accounted for owing to the situation we're seeing on the ground?
Very good question. First, let me start by saying,
yes,
when did this billion start going to Northern Kenya?
2013.
That is the first question we need to answer. Before 2013, how many billions of shillings went to? We understand how pre-colonial period was, how the country was categorized, how favors were done along the railway line or corridor. And all development have been done across those areas. All the national schools now we are talking about are built along those areas, most of them, and in Nairobi. When you talk about billions of going to Northern Kenya, it started 2013. And it's not the way people are putting it. Yes, there are a lot of challenges. I'm not saying the leaders are saints in some cases. But the question is, in Northern Kenya before 2013, how was the situation? You can imagine in Wajir County, for example, the constituency I come from, we had only less than 7 secondary schools. Less. I can even say, count it, it is 5 secondary schools. Today, we have 19 schools, courtesy of CDF. And all those schools, even the 5 we are talking about in those constituency, the 19 were built by CDF. If we talk about as the last 3 years, we have done over 6 secondary schools in my constituency, from fresh, not renovation, not adding additional infrastructure, schools that were not existing from the ground. We have done primary schools around 10 for the last 3.
That did not exist.
That did not exist.
Okay.
I have done a Huduma center from CDF that is now being operationalized by Huduma department or the Ministry of Public Service. The Huduma Center that was built in Wajir County, which is the only existing Huduma Center in Wajir, was built by the county government through the devolved fund. We had no single tarmac road in Wajir town before devolution. We have over 50 kilometers of roads in Wajir today, courtesy of devolution. We did not have ECDs, non-existence before. And the few that were existing were paid by the locals. But today, we have 700 teachers of ECDs. We have 326 ECDs. All members of parliament today, you know how the crisis of, if you can remember, teachers were before now. Have you heard of late?
After the delocalization policy?
No. Why? How did that come up? It came up through the efforts of members of parliament. And it's through CDF that have sponsored students to go to education, to do education, and teach the local people. Today we have surplus. So many of them who are unemployed. So when we talk about the money going there, initially before devolution, in Wajir County, we had only 70 boreholes. Today we have over 400 boreholes, courtesy of devolution. Yes, there are challenges.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean we don't have schools, we don't have roads, we don't have roads. And roads is not a devolved function. Education is not a devolved function. It is only CDF. You can remember the other time the members, the governors were supposed to pay, they were paying bursaries. But some people went to court to challenge the legality of that function. How is that their function, or it was a national government function?
Let's move this forward, because the allegation by Gachagua, and because it's good you said in some of the opening statements you made that we are not saying that all of you are saints. Are there credence, or would you say then there's some level of truth in the allegation by Gachagua that there are funds meant for Northeastern that have actually been diverted to other things other than the development and the welfare of the people?
No, I can't say that, and I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Gachagua claimed a lot of things out of ignorance and maybe trying to look for ways to go through or come politically, having a direct entrance to the politics of Northern Kenya. Because Gachagua is the same person, if I may go back, who talked about shares in this country for the first time in history. The person who said Northern Kenya have no shares in this government. The person who claimed the Northern Kenyan, when the president went to remove the vetting process in the Northern Kenya, that people were vetted during the IDs, is the first person who came up and said the president is registering Al-Shabaab, is giving identity to Al-Shabaab. This is the same person. He wanted to demystify and look for a way to go through the people of Northern Kenya. And he came up with concocted allegations. My brother, Gachagua said members of parliament and politicians from Northern Kenya have high rises in Isli. Tell me, single member of parliament
and
sitting,
South C and B.
Yes, single member of parliament sitting now and before who has a single high-rise building in Isli, South B, Kilimani, wherever.
What if they own them through proxies?
Proof. Show us.
Okay.
How? Why? We have anti-corruption. We have everybody. Why have they, the agencies concerned, why have they not done their work? If there is somebody who looted government resources, for example, who looted CDF, or probably the county funds, he's supposed to face the law. You can't just come and one morning and come up and just shout people are corrupt. You are tarnishing somebody's name. He himself, his money was frozen by the former government. All his accounts were frozen. He was told, he was even taken to court. Has he accumulated that money through corruption? So he should tell us if he has evidence. Let him bring it forward.
All right. We have about 4 minutes before we finish up. But this debate also emanated from the Grid 10 placement. And I want to hear from your perspective, and particularly from the constituency you come from, that is Wajir West. Do you feel like Northeastern got a fair share of the placements in Grid 10? In terms of how your students were distributed, do you feel there was fairness in terms of that allocation of the placements in Grid 10?
Northeastern is part of Kenya.
Okay.
They have the challenges like any other Kenyan have. We don't believe still we have been fairly accepted or placed in terms of the placement of students. But still, the chances and the slots of the national schools are very, very small in number. But, you know, whatever government, the process the government now are doing, I believe it is above board. They have done their best. And anybody who was admitted to national school, regardless of where he comes from, whether he's from Wajir, whether he's from Turkana, whether he's from Mombasa, he is there on merit because of his qualification. I don't believe anybody has gone, has done something, something fishy to be admitted, to admit his child to national school.
All right.
So I'm comfortable, and people of Northern Kenya are not complaining. And the national schools, as we speak today, are in most of them Nairobi and its surroundings.
Okay.
Because of what we have already explained. And it was not funded by any devolution money or CDF. It was funded by government and even pre-colonial period.
Right.
Most of them.
Okay. As we wind up, and this is a larger perspective question, it doesn't just measure on Northeastern, that there's a feeling in many times that the citizens do not feel the impact of the allocations that go to counties and the Constituency Development Fund, and there's the perception that leaders are custodians of cash instead of being catalysts for change. Very quickly, in less than a minute, what is your response to that perception, that citizens really are not feeling the impact of some of these allocations?
First, nobody said the people have don't have the impact of these funds. I disagree with that line. Why? Because I've already explained to you. In Wajir West alone, before the CDF, I mean with CDF, we have 19 schools. If CDF was not there, they couldn't have got that 19 schools. They have Huduma Center. We are doing TVET, Technical Training Institute, through CDF money plus shares from government, national government. We have bought the first two buses in Wajir West. We have done 6 secondary schools, as I've told you, for the last 3 years. We have done 10 primary schools as we speak. So when you say, and by the way, we do zero bursary for secondary schools, most of them, including me. I have started not only day school, as my brother, one of my colleagues, has started. And you know, when sometimes the media and the people of Kenya needs to understand the reality.
Okay, very quickly.
And the truth. The fact remains, let me ask you, Ndindi said 12,000 students, he paid school fees for 12,000 day-going students. The question is, where did he get that money from? If you add the math, 12,000 times 13,500, because he said parents will only pay 500 shillings. That comes to 162 million Kenyan shillings. His allocation of CDF is 180 or 200 thereabout. If you deduct that, where is he getting the developmental fund?
Okay.
The other question.
Yes. Very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yes.
The other issue is we have done tremendous job in terms of the constituency. For example, in Wajir West, as we speak now, we have already paid the secondary fees. And you can attest that. If you have one person or anyone from Wajir West, you can call him now.
Okay.
To attest whether that is true.
All right.
And we have paid for whether it is day school, whether it is extra county, whether it is county, whether it is national school, any child of Wajir West, wherever he is, we have paid for his school fees.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for your insight. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. That is Mheshimiwa Farah Yusuf Mohammed from Wajir West, and really talking to us about the conversation that really that has been in the country regarding the use of public resources, and particularly the allocations that go towards counties and constituencies. That's how we put a cap on this interview. We're taking a short breather. When you come back, business is up next.